Thank you. All right. Tonight's meeting is about muscle testing and truth centers. And so we're going to do a lot of real life practical application during this call. It is like full-blown workshop. So when you want to talk, totally unmute yourself. We just stay muted for background noise in our homes. We all know that. As soon as the dog barks, I go muted for a second. But that's what the topic is tonight. I will wrap up oils in it because everything can be wrapped up in an oil. And I will explain why as we go along. So, okay, here we go. Oh, yay. We've got so many people here. All right. So as we get started, there are main places in the body that helps you feel truth. And when you access truth in the body, you will get the most purest truth that is accessible to you right now. And that truth, and I'm going to speak from a religious space with God as my higher authority. Feel free to fill in the gaps of whoever your higher authority is, but for right now, that's where I'm going to work from. And so every bit of truth God has available to us to access right now, we can access through muscle testing. And then on top of that, I will help you find in your body where you access that truth. Now, what that does mean is that it requires that you have connection with your body. And so traditional muscle testing, you don't have to have full connection with your body. But when you're really feeling out like personalized truth in your body, you have to start getting used to feeling in your body and trusting your body to answer. The times that this is not going to work out is when someone has experienced trauma. You're going to want to escape your body, or maybe in time over the years you've decided that your body doesn't move fast enough. So it's almost like you can move faster if you leave your body and move faster. There's experiences of this, and so you won't know you're doing it until you try to do something like this tonight. And so it's going to bring up questions. We are totally available to answer all questions. I'm not holding this to strictly an hour because I want to give people the opportunity to flesh out their questions. So we will stay on past an hour, but I will have all the information given to you and practiced within the hour. Okay? Okay, excellent. What is our member count?
We have 17.
Okay, yeah, we are pretty much there. Okay.
David White is a pure manifesting generator.
That's fantastic. We'll talk about that. Okay, so here we go. When you are doing traditional muscle testing, you can do several options. And the first and most crazy obvious one is called the sway test. So I'm going to stand up and demonstrate that. And I totally invite you to demonstrate it or to do it right along with me as you see it. Okay. So here I am standing up tall. I'm going sideways so you can see what me sway back and forth, but it's muscle testing, sway test. And so I apologize for anyone, but really leave all of your offenses at the door because this is just Jenny's way of doing it. First question, are you a girl? Everybody asks the same question. Am I a girl? Now, I didn't do that on my own accord. My body did it. Am I a girl? Okay, I tip forward so fast, my toes have to catch me from falling because that's my answer. So anyone who is a female on this call should have gotten a yes. A yes is the forward movement, which you saw me have. Now, everybody can say, am I a boy? Am I a boy? And I roll back on my heels so far, and that's my no, that I have to catch myself from falling. Okay? So again, you can say, am I a boy? Or you can even just make a statement. I am a boy. So I'll just make the statement this time. I am a boy. Okay? So that is the first way to muscle test. It's very obvious to the novice what your answer is. And so that's why we go with that route. Now, did anybody get a false positive? Ruth Ann got a false positive. Excellent. I was looking for that. Okay. And by all means, feel free to, sorry. Feel free to be completely honest, because like I said, it's workshop setting. All right. So if you got a false positive, you need to cleanse and get your body operating in the right direction. So we're now going in the wrong direction if we get false positives. So we go up the left side with our arm, spit, stroke. You're up your arm, up your left arm, cross over your right, your chest to your right, and then flush off your right arm. So flush like just a nice sweep off your right arm. So sweep up your left, cross your chest, switch hands, and sweep down your right. You're going to do that 3 times. Okay. So in the energy world, what they say is that our body has a spin, and we need to get the spin going in the right direction, which is why we reflush. Any other further false positives or false negatives would mean that there is a disconnect with you and your body, and that's okay. We will work through that. But it's a deeper level stuff. So this is the first level. Another reason you might get a false positive is you don't have enough water in your body. So get some water. Drink some water.
What if you sway forward and slightly diagonally? I mean, my right leg is shorter, but I swayed to the right diagonally forward.
It's any forward motion is a yes. So even if it's slightly off center, it's fine.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so now everybody stand up and do the sway test. I'm not going to, it just causes too much disruption here while Steve's inputting stuff. Stand up and do the sway test and say, I need to get a drink of water right now. Or ask yourself the question, do I need a drink of water right now? What kind of answers did you get?
I fell to the right.
You fell to the right? Well, at least you got
I
something.
need a drink of water right now.
I don't know what that means though.
Yes.
Okay. So who said you fell to the right?
I did.
Marlene. Okay. So Marlene, I want you to stand up again. I'm going to watch you this time.
Okay. Okay, I'll just let you watch me.
And I want you to say, does falling right mean yes?
Does falling right mean yes?
Oh, put your hands down to your sides.
Okay.
Oh, hold them. There you go.
Does falling right mean yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's definitely, I needed to watch you do it. That's definitely a forward action.
Okay. And there's a delay sometimes. You just have to wait till your body responds, or?
Yeah. Yeah. It's fascinating. It's so, I feel like our most divine selves that are closest to God do not have a physical voice. Our body has the voice, but our soul, our spirit does not. And the only way to access the truth of God and our soul is to use these yes or no questions. And then the soul can move the body. Okay. And so this is why I ask questions that your brain either knows the answer to, or is like, what does it matter? Do I really need a drink of water right now? Like, it's not going to matter. But your body knows, and your body will choose. Yes, it matters. No, it doesn't. Okay. When I'm working with somebody in a one-on-one way, we will go so deep as to say for the doTERRA business, I need to place this person on level 1. And then we just stand and watch the sway. No, yes. And I have seen it work out where someone's brain goes, I don't like that answer my body gave. And I lean in a little. Actually, I lean in a lot. And I'm like, but you need to trust your body. So do what your body said. So for example, I had somebody who said, I really want to leave this person on my level 1. And my body says, move them to level 3. And I just really disagree. And I was like, do it. Let it happen. If this person upgrades their account, you can always change that later, but trust your body. I didn't do it. Your body did it, right? So you trust yourself. This person trusted the body. And within 2 weeks, saw exact reasons why that was the best and most perfect placement. So that can be business. Just today, I did a muscle test question where Steve is going to completely upheave.
Jenny froze.
Yeah, Steve,
Jenny
can you
froze.
tell Jenny she froze and we didn't get to hear
She
her?
froze.
Yeah, we lost Jenny.
You're frozen over here.
So what did you
So
upheave?
Jenny was saying, go ahead and say it.
Okay. Oh, I just slipped out. Are you done?
I've done 4 people. Is that enough for you to get a sample?
What time is it?
7:20.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and finish.
All right, I press this button and then I've done 4 people.
Thanks. I might have you pop it back in.
Lots of generators in there.
I'm sure there are most of them. Okay. All right. So at least I have a double camera going on. What was the last thing you all heard?
Muscle testing Saturdays.
No, the last thing we heard was Steve upchucked or something, or upheaved.
Okay, Kathy, oh, hold on. That's my problem. Okay, would you repeat that, Kathy?
You said Steve upheaved.
Okay, Steve did a big upheaval of my Saturday plans. And so he said, would you be okay if I just changed all this? And I said, in my mind, I thought, do you really want my head answer? Because you're not going to like it. And so instead, I took the diplomatic peace approach, which I said, can you reframe that question? Can you rephrase it? And he said, would it be supportive for me to go ahead and do these new plans? And I said, uh-huh. And he said, okay, great. And so my answer, uh-huh, is like the icing level 2 of muscle testing. And it's out of my body. It's a gut answer. And so anybody who works with me will always hear either me stress it with you or me answer uh-huh for yes or uh-uh for no. Because once I started knowing how to connect with my body and ask my body these questions for muscle testing, I started realizing that it is imperative that we always ask our body questions. Think for a moment with me. Your body, your heart is your oldest organ, right? It was the first organ to start doing anything. Do you know what the youngest organ in your body is? Catherine knows. She's pointing to her head. It is your brain. Do you know when your brain finally stopped developing? When it was finally like, I'm done. I'm now mature.
Oh, 20.
25, 26. Thank you, Ruth Ann. She's our resident nurse. That's pretty old. I mean, that's pretty young compared to our whole bodies. So our heart is really 26 years older than our brain. So when we're making decisions out of our brain, and this is what I think is like the saddest thing, is we're training kids to be brain oriented in school, starting in elementary, when their brain isn't developed yet. I mean, walk in my house and try talking to my teenage son, and I'm like, well, it's like a start and stop of conversation and things go blippy. That's not a funny joke, honey. So this is where we're at. And so when we tap into the body, it's a fantastic space. Now, this one takes it just a level 2 from the sway test. And it is where you hold your arm out. It's easier to have a partner with this exercise. But you hold your arm out, and then you can start saying things that make you, that your body senses strengthens the body or weakens the body. Okay. So if I say, for example, lifelong vitality, and then I push on my arm, I can naturally feel really strong. My arm stays taut. It's high, it's out there, it's taut, right? So everyone just say that. Lifelong vitality, and push on your arm. You can push on your wrist, but it should stay pretty far up. Yeah, looks like.
Lifelong vitality.
Yeah.
Lifelong.
By the way, I don't care what y'all look like tonight. If you're in your PJs, your hair's a mess, turn on your cameras. I love cameras on. Thank you. Now, and Christy, do this with your daughter. She'll get fascinated. So you can write like A to Z supplements, PB assist, right? How strong does it go? Then say something like sugar. I can't hold it. I can feel the same strength coming out of my shoulder, but I can't hold it. It's weak. If you want to see another really, really fun
Not.
exercise.
Staying strong, darn it.
Can't tell. Okay, so then another really fun exercise is to do this. What strengthens the body? Well, if you zip up 3 times from your navel to your nose, you just strengthened your body system, which then amplifies your ability to muscle test questions. Okay, so I like teaching this because we can do this with our oils and our supplements all day long. For example, I need to put on eucalyptus right now. Oh, okay. I need to put on rose right now. Oh, good. I can go apply rose on my heart, on my throat, on my knees. Okay, so you can get really, really specific about your personalized care. Now, if you unzip yourself 3 times and you try to do the same thing, and just try, all you're going to do is just try to hold your arm up and push down. Try it. It just kind of falls. You literally unzipped yourself and weakened your whole body. So if you zip
I
yourself
need
back up,
peppermint right now. Peppermint right now. Peppermint right now.
and then you put your arm out again, and then you just try to push on it, it should be strong again. Yeah. Good. Very, very good. So that is just a simple exercise of, am I strong right now or am I weak? And what can I do to make myself stronger? That zip up, do that when you're around people that are like feeling like energy suckers. Maybe they're really negative people. Maybe you're just too much in your husband's space and you're like, whoa, I think I'm taking on his energy. Zip up. If you zip up, then it keeps your attitude inside of you and their attitude out of you. And it doesn't weaken you. But if you're unzipped, you're in a very weakened state. So consider doing this every morning. Zip up, strengthen you, and then you'll be strong all day. Then go and muscle test. Do I need to take 4 VMZs right today? Like, I don't, because I already took 4 VMZs and my body's like, please, no more. Right? My body's like, no eucalyptus, but hey, let's do the rose. Okay, let's do rose.
So everything seems to test strong for me.
Then you need it all.
No, I mean, I asked some questions that I know I'm not supposed to eat, and
So when you say I need to eat sugar right now,
yeah,
what's the answer?
I need to eat
Mine was
sugar. It feels strong.
Okay, Marlene, I would prefer you do the sway test. That's where you had the more accuracy. Like most everyone is brand new to this idea. So we're going with, where are you feeling the most accuracy? So I'm showing 3 different methods.
Okay.
And so stand up and then just say, I need to eat sugar right now, and then feel your body sway.
I need to eat sugar right now.
Hey, Jen, this is Kathy.
Hold on, I'm trying to watch.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Marlene,
Time forward.
you did go forward. At that point, we would need to dig deeper into your body system and find out, like, why isn't it responding with no's? Like, did you do the I am a boy and did you get a no?
Yeah.
Okay, so then maybe there's just something else.
So I had some energy work done today and chiropractic. I don't know if that made a difference. But
Oh, that'll totally strengthen you. And sometimes that makes sugar neutralized in the body. So it's no longer a detriment to you. Whereas like the rest of us, we didn't get that today. So we're open and already weak. And that's just going to make us weaker.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathy, what's your question?
Have you ever done clear the chakras before you do the sway?
I haven't. That's just one more level, and I'm trying to keep it as
Simple.
simple as possible for everybody. So
Okay.
that's where I do the sweep up, sweep down, sweep up, left, down, right. Because that does a similar thing. Okay, so the very last way to do muscle testing is put together your thumb and your pinky. Okay, so you're putting one of your strongest fingers and one weakest fingers together. And then you're going to take your two strongest fingers, your pointer finger and thumb. You're going to push in, go inside the circle and push out. Okay, so that opens pretty well, right? Strong fingers against weak fingers. Pointer finger will win every day. And yet, I am a girl. It's strong. It holds. I am a boy.
Boy.
I've been using this one a lot. I will walk down the grocery. I will go so far as to look at what food is available for me to eat today. Like, what am I going to have for breakfast? I need to have a peach for breakfast. No. I need coconut milk for breakfast. Yes. I need to have an avocado for lunch. Yes. I need to have corn chips for lunch. Big fat no, right? It just breaks open. And I'm doing this very rapidly because that's all I do all day long. And so sometimes my kids will see me going like this and they'll say, well, what question did you just ask yourself, Mom? And I was like, oh, that question was, will this food cause inflammation in my body? Right? And then I get an answer, strong yes or weak is a no. And if in this case, if it's a no, I'm going to eat it. And so I have enough food sensitivities right now that when I go to a restaurant, I will muscle test what to order before I tell the server, I'm kind of interested in this, but these are the food allergies. Does it match? And then it narrows everything down and it makes my life a lot more simple than simply relying on my brain and the server's brain and the chef's brain and the research they've done into that dish. And I can just make it a lot simpler. Tori, what's your question?
When you were doing the finger, does it matter which hand with which fingers? Does that make sense? Okay.
No.
That's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll tell you, I muscle tested. I went to a library where they were giving at a school and they were giving me a ton of books and curriculum. And I was like, ooh, this will be great. And so I literally went stack by stack. And I was like, I need something from this stack. No. Great. I need something from this stack. No. This stack. Yes. And so then I would look at each book and test each book. So I could decide which book I needed to pull from that stack and take home. So I could leave my brain out of it. I don't have to go through, do I need this? What kid would use this? Or talk myself in or out. I could just go, no, we're just doing this. Okay, so.
Jenny,
Yeah.
are you holding your hands pretty loose? I mean, like
No, they touch.
how much tension do you
It's a
have?
good firm
just touching?
touch. It's like putting, pressing down on a note on the piano.
Okay.
It's a good firm touch, but it will go immediately weak with a no answer.
Okay.
So Marlene, give this one a try and then let me know how that one works for you. Like come up with questions in your head. Okay. But it is interesting when you have a lot of energy work, it strengthens up so much that you're just great. Okay. Now we're going to go to the part where we talk about your birth time. And again, a lot of you can use this information without knowing your birth time, but here's some of the examples. What Steve did when he entered everyone's stuff. So I'm not gonna be able to see the camera, so forgive me if my eyes like don't look straight at you. But I'm gonna go through the last few ones that we did and we're gonna start looking. So we have Christy. Is your full name Kristen? Yeah, okay. It's like, we don't have a Kristen Freeman. Okay, Christy Freeman, I want you to remember what I tell you. It's gonna matter. Emotional manifesting generator. Carol, yeah. Projector. Oh no, sorry, generator. Deborah, generator. David, manifesting generator. And that was the 4 I did. And some of you on here might know your numbers, your number. Anyway, okay. So when I say these, this is where the birth chart's really cool because generators is what came up. So we'll talk about generators first. Generators are like me. And the emotional just means that you have a lot more emotion in the process of feeling out answers and life. But what it means is generators do the So all the answers come from deep in the gut. And I will tell people, I've told people on social media as I'm talking about this, like, I feel like this is where the light of Christ is for all people, is it will come in through one of these truth centers. And for generators, it is your gut, whether you're a manifesting generator or a pure generator, it comes in through the gut. And so when you're testing that one, you can say, and you can all fill this out, so we've done the water thing and you already know your answers. What's another good question? I need to take a bath tonight. Okay. Or another way of saying it is it supportive for me to take a bath tonight? And so then I go kind of inward and I fill it out and I go, uh-huh. And I actually try to say the guttural sound, uh-huh or uh-uh. If I try to say it's like, it gets stuck in my throat. I cannot bring that sound through my vocal cords because it's not the correct sound. The correct sound is I could really benefit from a bath tonight. And then for those of you, it'd be like, do I need a shower tonight? And I can feel my whole body inside go, no shower tonight. Okay, this is good to know, right? I don't care one way or the other. My brain doesn't care one way or the other. So that is one spot you will feel it in your body. Now, other people, their spleen is where they feel truth. The problem there is that if you ignore your spleen for too many years, it gets toxic. And now, why would you ignore the spleen? Well, God's opposite would rather have us destroy the organs where we feel so much truth. And so is it any wonder about 70% of the population feels this truth through their gut, whether it is a full or it's just a feeling that comes up through the gut? That has a huge attack on it with all this boxed and processed food. I mean, right down to, did you know that they used to grind up the animal organs into ground beef? And that was amazing nutrition. And now it's been taken out. And after 30 years, 50 years, we're missing the nutrition of a good cow liver or chicken liver. And it's starting to show on our bodies, starting to show in our body systems. So there's a big attack on the gut. So this is why you want to be careful. And this is why I shared this example where I muscle test everything that goes in my mouth. Because I want to protect my gut, because it's my most important and most vulnerable part of my body. Okay, the next thing is some of us, my husband included, feel truth anywhere in the body. But the best way to feel that is to ask a question in your head. Now, because I've been doing this long enough, I can even access this kind of questioning. So you think a question, okay? Oh, okay, someone give me a question. What's a question on your mind that might be applicable to everybody? Okay, how about I should eat pizza for dinner tonight? Okay, so you think that question in your head. I should eat pizza for dinner tonight. And then I want you to decide, does it go, let's just make it even more specific. I should eat Papa John's pizza for dinner tonight. Now my head goes, that would be awesome. Okay, but it's not about my head. Where does this thought go? Does it travel into your body? And if it travels into your body, what answer do you get? So there's two ways to interpret answers. Someone like Tori, that question will not even go past her chin, let alone her neck. It won't go into her body, which means that's her no. Do not eat Papa John's for dinner tonight. Now, those of us who feel the question seep in, when I let that question really seep into my body, I will often let it feel it like clear down to my gut, right? And my gut goes, Why? Because I can even feel, I've been testing this for so long, I can feel the ache of what that would feel like in my body. So then I say, thank you, body. I will not be having Papa John's tonight. You may release that ache, right? Because in that 2-minute span, it was like, please, no, can't handle that. Too much garbage. Okay. It's been too quiet. I need some feedback, questions, practice. Give me some questions you want to ask yourself that we can all share together.
Read the last chat.
Yeah.
Comment.
Read the last chat. Oh, I forgot about the chat. Sorry. Nope. That's a brain decision, Roger. Not checking my coupons.
So if it stayed in your head, I feel like it is like my head kind of went and didn't go anyplace.
Yeah, so that's a good indication that that's a no. Okay.
So my right below the solar plexus seemed to get very hard. So that I take as a no.
Right. Exactly. Now take it to here where we say, what if the government did another mandate? And you knew the mandate was possibly optional. You could listen to that mandate and feel in your body if that's a yes or a no. Many, many people have been asking their bodies, should I get the vaccine? And their bodies answer. But if you've given away your power to not even be in your head or your body, but you've given it to another entity like the government or a church or anybody or a parent, right? Or a doctor, someone who has more authority than you think you have, and you give your power to them, your body gets incredibly weak. And then you trust them over your own intuition. So basically that's what it is tonight is, can you tap into your own intuition and can you trust it? And can you practice using it? because the more you practice at it, the stronger it gets. It doesn't mean your brain is going to go, I'm not sure about this. Of course the brain is. The brain's wired to do that. The brain is wired to ask questions and be skeptical, right? But that's also what our children learn at school. What we learned at school was, I know you're asking questions and you're being skeptical, but I'm your teacher, so trust me. And so that's when kids start giving away their power to the authority, to the adult. Everyone here on this call, we grew up with, yes, ma'am, mom knows best, like absolutely. And we believe it and we trust it. But the kids born today, they're not wired like that. They're like, who are you to say what I can and can't do? That was awesome. And my oldest daughter was like, you're not the boss of me. And I was like, so I birthed you. And as long as you're in my house, I still get last say. Right? So I'm still teaching her, like, mom's brain's a little more developed than yours is. And I can access all the truth in my body. So I'm still going to give that. She's so scared of her body and her truth that she doesn't want to tap into it. But then I make her stand up and do a sway test. And I'm like, your body answered, not mine. You're still the authority here, not me.
You tell her I brought you into this world, I can take you out.
If only, but I can't even make good on that threat. So I can never do it. Okay.
So Jen, I have a lot of people that are asking me if doTERRA is still their pathway, the right pathway. I don't know how to answer that for them. They need to answer that for themselves.
Exactly. You came into doTERRA. Is it still a good vehicle to get you to your destination? And in my world, I'm like, is it still part of my life mission? I'll tell you one thing, and this is just blew my mind last night. I was doing a meditation, and one of the questions in the meditation was, if you could be doing any job right now, what would you do? And I could feel my soul bubble up and say, well, not doTERRA. And then my soul giggled with joy that I could release that. It was like, okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, is doTERRA still part of my life mission? And the answer is, uh-huh. Okay, I want you to hear that. Uh-huh. It's low. It's a low sound. When you go, uh-huh, you just tried to do your muzzle test in your head. That's not gonna work. That's a question. Uh-huh, no. Uh-huh, okay. So do I need to reframe the experience? Mm-hmm. Kind of. I get like a at the same time. And so that can happen. You can ask a question and you will just stand still. You won't get an answer. You won't sway forward or back. And when you get a question like that, the answer is it either is clarify with more details, ask it differently, or there is no answer available to you right now for that thing. Right? And so for me, I kind of get the and so when I get that I know, oh, there's more to this than that. So then I went to, is there a visualization that will help me feel at peace and have doTERRA stay in my life as a business? And my whole stomach muscles, I mean, this is another one. My whole stomach muscles relax and okay, so there's something I'm feeling and thinking about it that's causing a problem. And if I can just relax and let go. So then I just work through scenarios as time goes by. And what about this? And I feel like, whoop, not that. What about this? Well, that feels good. Okay. So yeah, always double check. Is my job still supportive for me to do right now? I did that with somebody yesterday and she was like, I was like, is the right job out there? Do you need to go pursue it? Her answer was, I said, so it's going to come to you. That's great, right? And so the is the more rapid fire answers. You can still get the same answers with the sway test, with the finger, all of it. David, you kept unmuting yourself. So what is your question?
No, I was just going to say that it sounded like what your example with doTERRA is like separating the mission from the vehicle. Just that it's still part of your life, but it doesn't mean it's the big thing or something like that. So
And that's exactly how a lot of people view it, is they feel like doTERRA is the mission. Well, doTERRA has their mission, but what does it do to your life? Right? What is it for you? For me, it's a tool. Just like tonight, like teaching this stuff tonight, this jazzes my body. Like this jazzes my life mission. This is what I do want to do for the rest of my life. This is the job I want to do. Do I want to teach one more doTERRA Oils 101 class? No, I am over that. Let me teach someone else to do that. Here, if you want it, go talk to them. In fact, Stephanie on here, I was like, I just can't teach one more. But hey, I have it all recorded on my Facebook group. Go check those out. Like everything you want to know, I put there because I don't want to teach it one more time. My maximizer's like over it. Did it for 10 years. But I can put it in a place where it supports other people. But then also the maximizer in me goes, great. If someone wants it, they'll go eat it up. And if they don't want it. And I don't have to stand in front of them and hope that I can spoon feed this into their mouth. Does that make sense? Okay. So Marlene, I don't understand your question. Would you say that one again, maybe out loud to me? I happen to be an auditory input.
So like some of these questions, like especially the doTERRA questions, when you're asking, is this part of my mission, or so I tend to go in my head right away, or not always, but instead of allowing my soul, spirit, whatever, to answer. So this is pretty much all investigating out of your head, not in your head, but out of your head, without your mental processing.
Yeah, the whole point is to get out of your head.
Okay.
The whole point is to let the head, so the head always wants to ask questions. It'll go a million directions in always finding something. It's like the little puppy that it's like, you throw the toy and it's, okay, I'll go chase the toy, right? So you're like, you gotta give your brain something to chew on and get distracted by.
Oh.
And so sometimes I'm like, hey, look, brain, the book of Isaiah, it's really confusing. You want to go figure that out for me? And the brain's like, yeah, I'm on it. And so while it's over there, I'm over here checking in with my body.
Because I have five strategic, but
yeah,
I also
means you're be thinking.
Yeah, but I have ideation and connectedness, number 1 and 2. So I have a lot of intuition, but I don't always, my head gets in the way a lot.
Yeah, the head wants our intuition to be logical and make sense. And often the intuition does not.
Yeah.
we don't have the answers right now, but your intuition can tap into all of the light and truth God has available to us. And so that's why we're like, nope, just tapping in here. That's what my answer is through my intuition. That's what I'm going with. I'm going to let everything else fall away. So who's been practicing while they've been listening? Who has an activator that's like, David and Deb, what are you feeling?
Oh, just, it's nice to be able to get answers, but I feel like sometimes the part that's missing is the bigger picture, or if it's not that and it's not that and it's not that, what is it?
Yeah. If you have high connectedness, regardless of your domain, high connectedness is going to help you tap into an answer. Okay, so I've met a lot of people who will be like, I can see words in front of my eyes. Great. That's your high connectedness telling you, right? From your angels. So that's where you can even deepen the answers. Like, I don't know the answer. What do I do about this? And so you just go, meditate on it. And then I love the affirmation that the answer will come to me very loudly in the right time. So that's something for anyone who's got the generator. Everything is about timing. If it's not the right time, don't go try to push something through. It's not going to work for you. So we are getting really close. Yeah. So Marlene, high connectedness, just use that's huge. Use it a lot. Steve and I use our high connectedness so much that it might as well be the first one we ever use. No matter where it is in number, for us, it's what we use first. So Steve had conversations with Eddie for months, and Eddie finally was like, fine, your number 4 connectedness is your anchor strength. Steve was like, thanks for finally validating me. But truthfully, Steve can be his own authority and go, no, I just know everything is done through connectedness first. It's his filter, not his belief strength. Connectedness is his filter. So we just jumped. Anyone who doesn't know, we just jumped into strengths, Gallup strengths training, in addition to muscle testing. So I want to know, what did you want to learn tonight? And was your question answered? Deb?
We have a big thing. We had tickets and everything for convention, and David's keeps getting a negative on this. And we had already made plans to be there. So this is what he's talking about, wanting to know why. Why is this? I mean, and he's asked a dozen different ways, more than a dozen. And he asks frequently, like every day he's been at, and it's still a big no. So we don't know what's going on.
So you canceled your travel reservations, right?
Yeah.
Good. You took a confidence in that.
Yeah.
So you can
for
say,
me, I think, should I go by myself? No, that wasn't the answer either. It was for, both of us. So, we do muscle test. David muscle tested when we first went out. I thought, what's that hesitation? Why is he waiting? And then he was muscle testing. He's been doing this for a long time. And I've always told him I go by my gut feeling. Well, I'm a generator. I've always, and it's funny when you confirm that, oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I'm just not doing it right. Well, I was doing it the way I was supposed to. So thank you.
Totally. And because David's a manifesting generator, he once he gets that go out of his gut, he actually starts moving into action.
Yeah.
Which is much faster than you. Even though you're the type 1 who usually moves faster than him.
Yeah.
Right. All these
That's
different
true.
pieces that make it unique.
Yeah. So that's what we're trying to get some answers.
To clarify that, you can actually ask the question, may I know the answer?
I don't think we're supposed to know yet.
You can ask the question.
We may.
I think David already asked that though, didn't you?
I just did.
We may.
And your answer is?
We may.
May. May you know the answer by tomorrow?
No.
By the end of the week?
Yes.
Oh. Cool.
So you can simply say, I want the answer. Can I have the right to receive it? And so you just tap into the light of truth right here, and it says, it'll channel exactly everything that's true for you to know. And with the generators, that takes it to another level of depth where you could start testing down and muscle testing in general, but you could test it down to the day that you need to work on a project. Steve and I have done that. We've got a list of projects. When's the appropriate time to start on this project? So we'll write dates down. So then we can actually organize it for ourselves. Strategic thinkers will love that, right? So give that a shot. But again, you can also use it to say, do I need to take the traditional amount of LLV today? 4 of everything. And I can guarantee you, most of you are going to get no. Why? Because it's not necessarily a clinical dose. You know what? XE Omega has no clinical dosage. So you could take 8 in a day, and that's your personal dosage. And so this is where muscle testing makes it so personalized and unique. So I have supplements and I test myself every day. Every time I sit down and I look at the bottle and I need to take 1 of these. Yes. 2. Yes. 3. No. Okay. I'm taking 2 right now. Right. And so you can make everything just so personalized to your life. Any other comments? Like, what did you want when you came?
Jenny, I just dropped a question in the chat. I'm not sure if it's appropriate, but I'm just wondering more about reflectors and muscle testing, since I have one of those.
So I haven't done enough study with them in person to answer that question.
Okay.
I've yet to meet one in person who can talk to me about it. Like, I ask a lot of questions to get feedback. Okay. So I think that's it. I'm going to close up. There's a few people who put birthdays in the chat. Oops, I don't want to leave meeting. I just want to stop the recording.